This is Biafran Television Lagos State News. My name is Nnamdi. The news headlines. The Nigerian government is still keeping adamant on Biafran referendum. Nigerian government deploys soldiers in southeast. Nigerian army launched Operation Python Dance 2 in southeast Biafran land. A heavy riot in Aba, Abia State. Nigerian soldiers invaded IPOB director's residence. Foreign news. The killing in southeast Biafran land reaches the world. The world is protesting on the massacre of Biafrans. The news in full. The Nigerian government headed by Buhari is still insisting on not giving Biafran referendum they are demanding for. President Buhari believed that referendum is a signal of war, and that was why he summoned his service chiefs on his return from medical vacation. According to our reports, he said that the government of Nigeria is lacking knowledge and orientation. He also said that the Nigerian government doesn't want a country from their body to surpass them. Nigerian government deployed soldiers to southeast. The Buhari-led government of Nigeria has deployed soldiers to the southeast. The soldiers were said to come into Biafran land with more than 15 fighting tanks and hillocks filled with sophisticated ammunitions. A correspondent reporting from the scene said the people of Biafrans that saw the troops with the ammunition were gloomed on sighting the troops with their tanks full of arsenals. Nigerian army headed by Buhari launched Operation Python Dance 2 on southeast Biafran land. The Operation Python Dance 2, from all indication, is meant to massacre the innocent and peace-loving agitators, led by Radio Biafran London director Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Operation Python Dance 2 started their operation by killing and disturbing the peace of the people in Aba, Abia State, and Obibo, River State, which resulted to a heavy riot in the state of Aba and the city of Port Harcourt. The Operation Python Dance has killed not less than 1,000 innocent people in the land. According to our reporter, the people of the located areas had to go for self-defense for their various lives. The people came out unarmed against soldiers that were well armed. Nigerian Operation Python Dance 2 invaded IPOB leaders Nnamdi Kanu's home, killing over 28 people. The Nigerian army ransacked the residence and destroyed multiples of properties of on the process of shooting. The Nigerian army succeeded in an unhealthy massacre of uncountable numbers of people around the axis of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's home. Only 28 bodies have been seen, according to our correspondent. The father of Nnamdi Kanu was held hostage for more than 2 hours and later whisked away, and his whereabouts still remain unknown. Foreign news. The killing in the southeast Biafran land reaches the world. The massacre of the innocent agitators in Biafran land have reached the world. The world is not happy with what is happening. People that are agitating for their sovereignty, non-violent, peaceful demonstration is not a crime. Self-determination is not forbidden in any part of the world. What is happening in Nigeria? Why are people killed in southeast Nigeria, Biafran land? The world have taken note of. The world have taken note of the massacre of people in Biafran land by Buhari's government. The world is protesting on the killing of the Biafrans. The world is crying out for the killing of innocents taking place in Nigeria now. A group of people protested in the US after watching the clip of the happenings. How people without arms were killed by armed Nigerian soldiers. They declared, enough is enough. Thanks for watching. This is Biafran Television, Lagos State. Once more, my name is Nnamdi. We are going straight to our topic on deliberation today. We have numerous of topics, and I would not fail to thank the viewers that actually watched our last discussion on the two. Now, our first deliberation is: what action has Mazi, Nnamdi and IPOB at large taken that warrants the Buhari-led government militarizing the entire Biafran land? Can Nigerian government hijack the referendum results in their favor? That's a question. Who are eligible to vote in the Biafran referendum? Is IPOB truly a terrorist group? What are the factors of declaring a group a terrorist group? Now, I have my invitees here, starting from my left.
Asuzu Ugochukwu Precious. I am also elective.
Am I right?
Mazi Eke Godwell.
I'm Pastor Tudor Chukwuezi.
Okay, you're all welcome. Now we're moving to the business of the day, where we are deliberating on certain issues that has been bothering most of the people in the world, not only in Nigeria or Biafran land. Now, what action has Mazi, Nnamdi and IPOB at large taken that warrants the Buhari-led government militarizing the entire Biafran land? When you look at it, you discover that some weeks ago, the Nigerian army, headed by Buhari, under the advice of the President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, retired, deployed troops to the Biafran lands, tagged to be Python dance, Operation Python dance. Now, when you look at it, you discover that this is a set of people that are agitating for their own country. And from my own understanding, I don't think the agitation is a sin. They have targeted a sin as far as I am concerned. Now, my question is it proper to militarize the Biafran land because they are agitating for their states? Pastor.
Thank you very much for the question. First and foremost, I want to view the militarizing of the southeastern Nigeria militarily by the Fulani-led federal government of Nigeria headed by retired General Muhammadu Buhari. I want people to understand that the most important point I have to raise is that it is a continuation of the conquest of the last Biafran War, which held between 1967 and 1970. And so the war has continued. And as a result of that, every action or every demand of the people of southeastern Nigeria for referendum, for their own freedom, was viewed and seen by the federal government of Nigeria as a call to war. And so, as a result of that, they sent those military men, number one, to intimidate them, and number two, to frighten them, to make sure that they drop every demand for Biafra nationhood. And so, in my own view, I want to believe that that is what they want to achieve by the Python dance 2 or whatever they call it.
Okay. Now I go to the next person. The question still remains, what action has this man, Mazi Nnamdi, and the IPOB at large, what action have they taken that warrants the Buhari-led government to militarize the whole Biafra land?
Thank you, my coordinator. You see, sometimes I will be wondering what sort of country we are in. That's the major. I will be wondering what sort of country is Nigeria. How can you start shooting innocent people without arms? You started shooting, you're carrying arms, shooting everybody. They're exercising their civil right. Everybody has their right to at least protest, say what is their mind, say whether they will stay in Nigeria or they will not. They are feeling uncomfortable, they are being marginalized, they are being done so many things. So why should we be sending troops to intimidate, to kill, and to slaughter people? That's one of the reasons why I doesn't like. So I don't see anything wrong in some people in Nnamdi Kanu, at least protesting, telling people what is his own mind. He has right to protest. He has his own right to say this is what my people need. So that they are shooting, doing all those things, I think is very wrong. We have to call that man to order and question him. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, we have to call the man in question.
The Buhari.
That's that's the president of the president of Nigeria. Okay. Please, we have someone just came in here. I don't know if we took the notice. Please introduce yourself. Viewers want to know who you are.
My name is Promise Okun. I'm a Biafran, a hardcore Biafran for that matter. Thank you very much.
I like that, a hardcore Biafran for that matter. Now we are deliberating on an issue, and I believe you actually had the question. The question is, what action has Mazi Nnamdi and IPOB at large taken that warrants the Biafran, the Buhari-led government to militarize the whole Biafran land? What action has this man taken? What has he done?
Well, we will not forget that our leader, Mazi Nnamdi, promised Nigeria that he would destroy Nigeria with the truth. And since he has been disseminating this truth, Nigeria has not been comfortable. The military establishment has not been comfortable. The parasites that have been using Nigeria as a proxy to plunder and exploit Biafra land has not been at ease. And that is why the truths that have been so far revealed have done a lot of damage. And you can see that Nigeria is in panic. It is because of the fact that they are in panic that they are looking for every reason, both tenable and untenable, to ensure that the demand, as a matter of fact, I don't even call what we are doing an agitation. I am saying that we are demanding for what belongs to us. So that demand for Biafra that we are making, they want to spoil it, they want to nip it, they want to extinguish it by every means. And that is why I am saying that There is nothing IPOB nor Nnamdi Kanu has done to warrant any form of militarization, because everything we have done so far have been widely acknowledged to be legitimate and lawful.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Pastor Promise and Mazi Godwin. Now, when you look at it, you can see the activities of the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu led IPOB. And do you think the agitation for a sovereign Biafra is will warrant the Nigerian government to send troops to the southeast?
Thank you, moderator. One thing with Nigerian government is this. Biafran issue is giving them sleepless night. When they hear that name, Biafra, it's like when you put prison inside fire. Understand? Buhari is somebody that doesn't use his initiative before doing anything. Biafran issue is not something that Buhari just come out and call them and say, come, this issue inside Biafra, you people are agitating Biafra. Now let us come round table and sit and discuss it. Understand? Instead of him to do that, he want to carry arms to fight them, to destabilize Biafrans, to kill them.
Okay.
The moment the leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, tell them the truth, all of them start crying, start find a way to eliminate him. Understand? And the money, let me tell you every word this thing. The problem is not only Nigeria, the problem is Britain. Britain, who tell Nigerians what to do. Because they don't want to hear that name, Biafran. Is where we are having problem. If Britain remove hand in Nigeria, Nigeria cannot have common sense. They will not do anything inside that issue.
Okay,
Yes.
Mazi, I can understand from you said the president of Nigeria don't have good initiative.
They don't have.
So had it been he had something like that, he would have known what to do at the right time as well. Pastor Theodore, I want to ask you a different question from what I've been asking them. You see, now can Nigeria? You know, too, there is nothing Nigeria cannot do. You see, this country is characterized by dubious characters, dubious personnels. You see, now can Nigeria government hijack the referendum if it is given to Biafra? Can the referendum be hijacked?
Thank you, my brother. The matter here is not hijacking of the referendum. All we need is let it be announced that this and so day, like Biafrans are going for referendum. Let us see how they will hijack it. Because we will be there, and they too will be there. So they cannot hijack the referendum. Let the referendum be given to us. The major problem they are having with Nnamdi Kanu is because they refuse to be bought over, like Okorocha, like the one that is in Abia State there, Obiano, because he refused to be bought over. He refused their offers, and all they wish. Then they decided to assassinate him. Their main key is to assassinate him, but they don't know that the more they plan, the more the Lord God will vindicate him. So the issue of them hijacking the referendum, if it is given, they cannot, because every Biafran wants to go. I don't think they will have up to 5% that will say, I don't want to go. Okay. Even the part of the family, the Jaws wants to go. Efik wants to go. Quality Bibios wants to go. The Igbos wants to go. All the major tribes, all the tribes in Biafra land wants to go and answer their name Biafra. So there's no way you can hijack the referendum, because it will be 99/100. So where will you start to hijack?
Okay.
And they know this, and that is why they are afraid of it.
Okay, Pastor, you mean the referendum results cannot be hijacked?
Never. 99/100 cannot be hijacked.
Okay. Pastor, you've heard what Pastor Theodore said, that the referendum can never be hijacked. You see, but in your own view, do you think it can be hijacked? Like, why am I saying this? I know too well, when you look at Nigerian politics, all the elections that has been going on, it's always been manipulated. You see? Now, when you are talking about manipulating elections, it is being manipulated because it is being voted. And this referendum now will still be voted. Now, when you look at it, if Nigerian government can be able to manipulate the results in their political election, don't you think they can be able to do the same thing in referendum?
Thank you very much, the moderator. I want to differ a little from the position of my brother on the referendum. Yes, it is possible that every Biafran, up to 99%, as he rightly said, are positively favoring Biafra referendum. But it is still possible that the zoo government will go to any length to make sure that they truncate the dreams of the Biafrans. Okay. And so we should not take anything for granted, and we should not leave anything to chances.
Okay.
We are consciously going to mobilize our people, enlighten our people, and let them know the importance of this referendum, that is once in a lifetime opportunity. And of course, we know that the people we are dealing with are so cruel, they are so evil,
yes.
And they can go to any length to make sure that Biafra does not go. Of course, they know that Biafra is their life wire. Biafra is their backbone. And so we have to sensitize our people by way of publication, maybe printing of flyers and handbills, continuation of our mobilization on the social media platforms, on Radio Biafra, on Biafra television, and whatever we can consciously do to make sure we carry our people along. Of course, there can be blacklegs, there can be saboteurs. We cannot rule that out, because in every 12 there must be a Judas.
You're right.
And so with that at the back of our mind, we should know that, of course, we are mentioning people like Obiano, people like Okorocha. They are not Igbos, they are part of us. But they are the people that are betraying the struggle. Yeah. They are the people that are dining with our enemies. They are the people that are inviting these enemies to come and kill our own people. Exactly. And so we cannot rule out that there are still some people like that that may be residing amongst us, though they may be in the minority.
Okay.
And so from that point, we should be able to tackle it headlong and make sure that there is no betrayal.
Okay, Mazi Godwin, okay, you've heard what the two pastors in our midst said, and you actually heard the question what it's all about. Can Nigerian government hijack the referendum results in their own favor? I still strongly believe there is nothing this Nigeria. You know, Nigeria is characterized, as I said, they have people. What they are after is just, they have evil minds. Everything about them is negativity. You see. Now, what can you say?
Thank you, moderator. Issue of this referendum, to hijack it. Nigeria will go any length to hijack the result if referendum given to Biafrans. Number one, pretend and tell them what to do to make sure that they hijack it because of what they are earning in that Biafran land. Not only oil, they are earning a lot of time, wisdom, intelligence, business, and other things. We are educating them, but they don't want to pick from us.
Okay.
Understand?
Yeah.
You can imagine where a teacher giving exam,
Okay.
primary 4 exam, 50 of them failed the exam. That kind of thing happen in Igbo land.
In Kaduna State.
In Kaduna State,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And these are the houses, right?
Houses.
Typical,
Fulanis.
typical house.
Can such a thing happen in Igbo land? Biafran land?
No. Anywhere.
It can't happen.
In anywhere.
In anywhere in Biafran, it can't happen. So because of all those things, they will make sure that they will hijack the referendum in favor of them.
Okay.
Understand? Even Britain will help them so that they will start sucking the oil.
Okay.
And the other resources.
Okay.
that we have.
Mazi, I've heard what you said, and I really cherish what you just said. You see, Pastor, I want to ask you a question. Pastor Promise.
Yeah.
Is IPOB truly a terrorist group? You know, recently, the federal government of Nigeria tagged up IPOB as a terrorist group due to what's happened last week. You, as a typical a hardcore, according to you, a hardcore Biafran, do you think these IPOB are terrorists?
Yes. Before I come to the issue of whether IPOB members are terrorists, let me touch a little on the ability of the Nigerian government to hijack the referendum a little.
Okay.
Because of the fact that, as our pastor said, Nigeria is solely, entirely, wholly, and completely dependent on Biafra for its existence.
For its existence.
They will not easily relinquish their means of sustenance. And that is why they would go all out to ensure that the exit of Biafra, that is the departure of Biafra from Nigeria, does not take place. And to that extent, they will employ all means. But I have a bad news for them. The bad news I have for them is that they do not possess the ability and the capability to hijack that referendum because it is not under their supervision.
Okay.
All their structures with which they rig and truncate and they select their appointees and proxies in Nigeria are under their own control. But this referendum has to be UN supervised. Moreover, it is only going to take place in Biafra land. It is not what will involve other Nigerians who are master riggers in all other areas. So it is only going to take place in Biafra land. Okay. If there should be Nigerian personnel, it should be from Biafra. And I know that being people of honesty and transparency, Biafrans cannot allow such dubious and unwarranted thievery and criminality to take place in the referendum. Now, coming to the issue of tagging IPOB terrorists, well, I can say yes and no. Yes, in the sense that the truth that IPOB has been revealing, has been disseminating, has been terrorizing Nigeria. As a matter of fact, the name Nigeria terrorizes the name Biafra terrorizes Nigeria. It traumatizes Nigeria. In fact, the name Biafra nightmarizes Nigeria. The name Biafra nightmarizes Nigeria because once they hear Biafra, they lose control. They become destabilized. and they feel like those that have been shot in the head because of the fact that they know the implication of the departure of Biafra from Nigeria. So to that extent, IPOB is a terrorist that terrorizes Nigeria. Now, but in terms of what the quota system Army generals said, it is impossible to classify IPOB as a terrorist organization because since its inception, IPOB has never carried even broomstick, neither has it carried toothpick, neither has it carried anything of violence, nor wounded any person, nor killed any person, nor disturbed any person's peace. Where we have rallies that attract up to 3 or 4 million people, we have not recorded any incident of fracas of any kind. Because we are orderly people, we are democratic people, we are people that are decent and organized. So, to say that IPOB is a terrorist organization is as ridiculous as it is unreasonable. So, to that extent, in that regard, there is nothing like terrorism with regards to IPOB.
Okay. Okay. I really heard what you said, and you really made points, not even a point. You really made points on this tagging IPOB as a terrorist group. Then, Mr. Nonso, this question goes to you. What are the factors of declaring a group a terrorist group? What are the factors? You know, if you call me a terrorist, there is something that made you to call me that. Now let's assume you are Nigeria, I am Biafra. Then why then do you tell me what are the factors that you see in me that made you to declare me a terrorist?
Thank you, my. You see, all those people, they are looking for a soft landing. All those Nigerians, all those army generals, they are looking for a soft landing. How can you call somebody that has not even touched? If you ask of most of those Biafra agitators, they have not touched gun. They have not touched even anything, weapons.
They don't even know how to operate
They
gun.
don't even know how to operate it. So how can you be calling them terrorists? Okay, you can imagine since they have started the agitators or whatever, since everywhere they have gone, we have not recorded any casualty or whatever. So how can you be calling them terrorists? It's just they are trying. The Nigerian government is trying to a soft line where the reason they want to see reason, what they just in order to cover up the genocide, the massacre they have done to Igbos. That's what they started. That's why they just use that one. They are terrorists. And thank God everyone has known that Biafra is not a terrorist group.
Okay.
That's the major thing. They are trying to cover up. Okay. But it's impossible. How can you cover something that you massacred over thousands of people, massacred people? Okay, you're going to arrest, even if you say you want to arrest Nnamdi, kanu or whatever, must you use soldier? Everybody knows what soldier can do. Must you use, we have police, we have other things that you can use and go and arrest.
Police, okay.
So why using soldiers?
Okay.
And you can see the armored tankers, armored carriers, all those weapons carrying to a particular place. Okay, what are you looking for that place? Why are you going there with armored carriers, with armored all those? What do you intend to do? They really know what they want to do. They really plan to massacre the people, commit more genocide to that group. That's the major problem. This one, they are tagging them terrorist group. They are just using it so that the world will think, is it this terror? But everyone, thank God that everyone is watching.
Yeah.
They know the group. They know everything about the group.
Yeah.
There's never a time you can call them a terrorist group.
Okay. Mr. Nonso, thank you so much. And when you look at it, recently the government of the governors of the eastern southeast states, Biafran land, says they have banned IPOB activities. When you look at it, you will understand that the IPOB activities has been going on without the southeast governors' knowledge. They are not even telling the IPOB what to do. The IPOB has been going about their activities. Now they have come from nowhere to declare the activities of IPOB undone. that it should not take place anymore. Do you think, Mazi, okay, do you think they can, even the federal government, do you think the federal government, not to talk of the eastern governors, stop the activities of the IPOB?
Thank you, moderator, for the question that you asked. In Eastern governors and the federal government of Nigeria, even if they like, let them go to hell and come out. They cannot stop any activities that IPOB have, because they are not the leader of IPOB. When the leader gives order,
It will be carried out.
it will be carried out. When government of Nigeria give order to IPOB, no one will answer them. No one will hear from them. Even if the governors, so-called governors that we have, people that looking something that will enter inside their pocket for them and their family, will give order to IPOB to stop their whatever.
So they cannot.
They cannot stop it.
Give order.
They can't, because
Pastor,
the order that they will give, the IPOB member will see it as a useless order.
As a useless order, okay.
Thank you.
Pastor Theodore, what can you say? Do you think the activities can be stopped by the government?
It's laughable. Indeed, constitutionally, there's freedom of association, and nobody has the right to stop freedom of association. Even the federal government don't have that right. Not to talk of the governors. That is not. They don't have that right. They don't have the constitutional right to do so. Only the court. Only the court that can be able to do
the
so.
activities of
The Nigerian army does not have the right to proscribe an IPOB. It's only the court. The legislators, the Senate, House of Representatives, they don't have that constitutional right. Only the judiciary. So they know that if they go through the normal process, they will fail. They have no reason. That's why they are going it illegally to pronounce IPOB a terrorist organization. They don't have rights. It's only courts. Only the court has the right to pronounce any organization illegal or a terrorist.
Okay, only the courts.
Only the courts. And they know it.
Others.
And they know it. And that is why they are running around and looking for a way to cover their injustice, their crime committed against the Biafrans.
Okay.
So they are ashamed. They are looking for where to hide their face. But there's no place. The world have known that Muhammad Buhari is an illiterate. Although he's not well, he's not thinking. Maybe is there another cartoon rearer over there is making the thinking for him. As you can see, the major general who did not pass 96, is he not in his local government? There's no school. People are not going to school. Yeah. Likewise himself, he's an illiterate. So he don't know what to say. He has committed crime against humanity.
Okay, Pastor.
And the world is now watching.
Yeah, yes.
So they're looking for one way or the other to cover themselves. As
Yes.
you can see that.
Yes, actually committed crime.
They have
Not
committed
even
crime against humanity.
Okay, against
the whole world.
Against humanity.
Against
the
the UN
world.
Charter.
Yeah.
So all they are just pretending is they're looking for where to hide their face.
Okay.
In shame.
Okay.
Including Obasanjo.
Okay, Pastor
and the rest of
Theodore.
them.
Pastor Theodore, I've really heard what you say. That is 101% percent welcomed.
It's only the court.
Pastor, I'll still throw the same question to you. Now, the Eastern governors are saying that IPOB activities has been banned. Do you think they have the right? Do you think they can be able to do that? Now, when you look at it, you discover that IPOB activities has escalated. Not only in the southeast, but as far as this country is concerned. Let's talk about the southeast and the southwest and the south as well. Now, do you think the Eastern governors can be able to stop these activities?
Thank you very much. The question about IPOB being banned or outlawed by the southeastern governors in the region is out of place, is misplaced. And in as much as IPOB is a duly registered organization and recognized by a judge of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in the person of Justice Moritala Binta Nyako. In one of her judgments, when trying Nnamdi Kanu, she said, and I quote, that IPOB is not an illegal organization, and that for the fact that it was not registered in Nigeria does not make it illegal in any way. And so from that judgment alone, it is crystal clear that IPOB is not an illegal organization. Then coming to the fact or the question of it being a terrorist organization, Nigerian military has no capacity. They don't have the power to brand IPOB an illegal or a terrorist organization. The organizations like Boko Haram has been designated as a foreign terrorist organization by the world body, and they are the #1 foreign terrorist organization in the world as of today. Fulani herdsmen are the #4 most brutal and most deadly terrorist organization on World Terrorism Index. They are recognized all over the world as terror organizations. Now, the federal government has not done anything to rein in these people, to stop their massacring of innocent Nigerians all over the place. The Boko Haram has killed over 20,000 people on record. The Fulani herdsmen are going all over the nation, killing people. And this same military and this same government that is now branding IPOB terrorist organization has not done anything to stop the illegal activities of these other organizations that have been recognized and identified as terrorist organizations. And so IPOB can never be termed a terrorist organization. #1, they have never been armed. A terrorist organization must be on record that they have killed people, that they have carried out terror acts before they can be designated as terrorist organizations. So in my own view, it is just a kind of giving a dog a bad name in order to hang it. And that is why they want to brand IPOB terrorist organization in order to justify their acts of terror and their acts of cold-blooded murder against innocent Biafrans.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Sumto, what can you say? You heard the question, right?
Yes, I heard the question.
Good. Briefly, please.
You see, you can if you talk about the governors that ban the activities of
IPOB. Yeah.
You see, who vote those governors? You start from us. Who vote them? The masses didn't vote them. They were there just because maybe they will stay in Abuja and write the result and they are announced. Maybe if you started protesting, they will say you should go to court. And if you go to court, there's nothing tangible that can be. So they don't know what they are doing. They don't even representing the people.
Okay, they are
that's
not.
why
The governors are not even representing the people that voted them in. Okay, they are representing themselves.
What they are there is just for their selfish interests.
Okay.
That's the simple thing there. They are
Pastor,
just there for their selfish interests.
Okay, Pastor Promise, you heard the question. What can you say in less than a minute?
In the first place, the Southeast governors do not have the capacity and the legal platform upon which to declare the IPOB or any other organization for that matter an illegal one, or neither do they have the power to ban it. Even if there should be any pronouncement, it must be a judicial pronouncement, which has to go through due process.
Yeah.
So, as they are talking about banning them, you can see that the heat of the activities of the IPOB that is letting the world know that they were just elected and not elected is going all over their body. And they also want to ensure that the illegality they are committing as proxies to our to those that think that they own Nigeria, who they are representing, because they are not representing the people. They want to continue in that illegality. They want to continue in that parasitism. Therefore, they want to devise every means in order to name IPOB whatever they like, so as to curb their activities that is truncating their own criminality. Thank you very much.
Okay, I think we have come to the end of it today, and I still want to let the world know that this militarization of the entire Biafran land is not due, it's not warranted. As a matter of fact, it's not done anywhere. It's not done. It's illegal. It's illegal. Now, there is no way again the government of Nigeria can be able to hijack the referendum if given to the Biafrans. It can never be done, because as one of the speakers said, that the referendum will not be conducted by Nigerians. It will be conducted by the international body. So there is no way the manipulation that has rendered the whole Nigeria cannot or in any way affect the referendum. And the tagging of the IPOB as a terrorist group, we have all made it clear and made it known to the world that IPOB is not a terrorist group. The definition of a terrorist group. What are the factors? The factors, if an organization or a group are tagged to be terrorists, there must be sophisticated arms around them. There must be a lot of killings around them. But when you look at this IPOB, as the world may know it, they have been tagged as the most peaceful protectors in the world. You see, I don't see the why again Nigerian government came up now to tag them as a terrorist group, because one of the speakers said that it's laughable. Actually, it's laughable. You see, now you talk about the stopping of IPOB activities. When you look at it, it was not even the governors of the eastern states that started this IPOB. They are not the owners of IPOB. They don't even know where IPOB came from. They can't, as a matter of fact, the way I'm looking at it, there is no way they can be able to ban. Even the federal government of Nigeria cannot, they can only make noise, because making noise is allowed. We are in a democratic dispensation. Since we are in a democratic dispensation, anybody can make noise anyhow it feels like, you see. So that's exactly what we have today. And I thank everybody that has come here today to deliberate on this issue. And I believe next time when you people are called upon, you can be able to come around again. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Pastor.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.